Well, good evening from me here in the UK on this football we call planet Earth. It is the evening in the UK, which is why I say good evening. But I understand, I appreciate that you might not be in the UK. This could be good morning for you, good afternoon, or the aforementioned good evening. I'm Jamie. Welcome to another edition of the Geeknd Live. So, just give people a bit of time to hop on to the stream. Let's see who's here already. I've already said hello to a few of you in the chat, including Tristan. Tristan's in the house. Sean is here as well. Sige, my man, he's here. He's here. And Luke B at Lightspeed Tonight. We will talk about Lightspeed Tonight very soon. I will explain what that is, because a lot of you will be thinking, well, what is this new devilry that you speak of, Jamie? Glenn was here but can't be here because he has real life to get on with. That's fine, mate. Thank you for making a cameo appearance, at least. Mr. J86 is here as well. Jane Flakes. Cameron as well. You couldn't make it last week. You were busy buying a house, as you do. I hope that all went well for you, my friend. Capsule, hello, my mate, my friend. You're all my mates. You're all my friends. You're all my dudes. Rob, how are you, mate? Good to see you back. And Gaz as well. The first, I think, no, actually, sorry. Jane Flakes did a hello there. So that's the second hello there of the evening. Simon D is here. Howdy to you. Good to see familiar. I say faces, you know what I mean, the kind of circular YouTube profile pics, but certainly familiar names. So, and Mitch is here for a possible cameo, at least. Mitch, if you're not here for the trailer, the Lightspeed Tonight trailer, I'll be uploading it separately to YouTube, probably higher quality as well than what you're going to see tonight, because this is like 720 HD. We'll do 1080 HD probably tomorrow or over the weekend, if not. But good to see you, if it is only for a brief visit. General Kenobi, we're going to talk some Kenobi, and Dale is here as well. So, what have we got? I made some notes of what we've got tonight, because I just forget these things, you know. So Godzilla versus Kong. Last week, you might remember Chad for Stopwatch Campbell, who doesn't seem to be here at the moment, but he saw it last week, gave his review, spoiler-free review. I am going to give my spoiler-free thoughts very shortly. I have now seen it as well. And if you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it in the chat, but keep it spoiler free. I feel like there's not that many spoilers to give away anyway with this film, but you know, just for anyone who is planning on seeing it, maybe don't give too many details if that is at all possible. I feel like you know the plot. If there is a plot, that is. So we're going to talk that. We'll probably do that first. Also, there's been some naughty Kenobi leaks since we last spoke. So some of the set has been leaked. Ewan McGregor's beard has been leaked. Oh, yeah. And now I don't think this happened that recently, but Ahmed Best, who obviously, if you're going to think about his involvement with Star Wars, you're going to think mostly about Jar Jar Binks. He tweeted that he would not be involved with the Kenobi series, which seemed to have triggered, you know, scrapey barrel type stories in the kind of the geek media. I feel like he said that a little while ago, and I certainly spoke to him about it anyway, like a year ago. So I don't know why this has resurfaced. I think he tweeted, but anyway, we're going to get into that as well. So lots of Kenobi stuff. Godzilla versus Kong, and this is what Mitch and Sige alluded to. We are going to have the premiere, if you're not on my Patreon, that is, the premiere of the trailer, the final trailer. I mean, really the only trailer. I've played some like very much tease clips. We're going to have the trailer of Lightspeed Tonight, the new Star Wars show, 100% unofficial Star Wars show, coming to the Geeknd, starting, as you can see there, April the 13th, which is My word. Next Tuesday. There we go. So if I can do some housekeeping, and I'm going to come back to the chat to say hello to... No, I can't see anyone else new who's joined the chat. Oh, Frogger. No, Frogger. I said hello to you, didn't I? Earlier, did I say? Well, I said it now. Hello, Frogger. Good evening to you. But as always, this is about you guys. This is a conversation. So, like I said before, if you've seen Godzilla versus Kong, let me know what you thought of it in the chat. Anything we cover tonight, Kenobi, what you think to the set. If you've seen the leaked video, if you've seen the leaked beard of Ewan McGregor's, let me know. You know, if you're a fan of beards, give me a rating of Ewan's. I don't know, out of 10, perhaps. Now, I just need to do a bit of housekeeping because I forget to do this every week. I remember, but when the show's finished. So thank you to all Patreon members. I forgot to do this last week, so I'm going to do it twice. Thank you, one and all. There's 3 times. Why not? And also, can I ask if you haven't already, this is where I'm like in begging mode. Can you like this video, please? Like this video, which I appreciate. It might be a bit too soon for you to like this video because you may end up not liking this video. So I feel like I'm asking a lot of you here. It is a gamble to commit to liking this video at this early stage. But if you like a gamble, why not? I mean, some people seem to be able to travel into the future because I don't know about this one now, but I know last week there was a dislike before the show had even started, which was probably quite sensible. That person clearly traveled in the future, saw what was coming their way, and made, probably quite a valid, sensible evaluation of what they experienced in the future. And if you are watching in the future, hello to you, aka the replay. Still hello to you. Keep in touch in the comments. I do tend to reply to most of them, and if you can like this video as well, please. And the final bit of housekeeping, this month's These Are the Actors You're Looking For episode. It came out this week on Tuesday. If you're new to the channel, this is the monthly Star Wars interview series where I track down and celebrate the unsung heroes from that galaxy far, far away, and also occasionally some of the quite well-sung heroes as well. And we had Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, aka Carson Teva from The Mandalorian, and aka, I'm saying aka a lot here, but aka one of the loveliest human men you could ever meet. Now, I say meet, I met him virtually, of course, but if you haven't seen it already, I've put the link in the video description. And I mean, it's struggling a little bit. If you would like, if you haven't already, if you have already, thank you. If you haven't already, if you can like the video and leave a comment as well. I mean, even if it's not relevant to the video, just tell me what your favorite color is, or give me your Ewan McGregor current beard rating out of 10. Something to help kick-start the algorithm, because it's around about now where I've had recent successes with the series. It's around about now where YouTube's decided, okay, we will push this further, this video, and I think this one's struggling. So, and also another important thing is retention. So don't just click on it and it plays for a second, hit that like button, leave a comment, and then stop it. If you can leave it playing in the background whilst you watch this stream, multitask with the Geeknd content, or whilst you're cooking, or you can mute it and watch something else entirely. But yeah, I know you guys mostly would have all seen it already, but if you haven't, then that would be grand. And if you are new, I release new episodes of the series on the first Tuesday of every month. Right, let's just pop over to the chat, then we'll do some Godzilla versus Kong chat. Good to know, Sean. Good to know. Red is your favorite color. Is that based on a football team? I can see you're in the UK, because red is actually black's my favorite color. But when I was younger and I was a bit more obsessed with football, red was my favorite color because of the mighty Reds. Yeah, LFC, not the other Reds. Star Wars Meg, hello there to you. If you don't know Star Wars Meg, you should check out her channel if you want daily Star Wars news and updates. It's well worth a look. And also, you might come across her within some of my content very soon, perhaps even the first episode of the aforementioned Lightspeed Tonight. I can see Mitch has thrown in his comments on Godzilla Kong, so I think we'll go straight on to that. Peter, hello to you as well, and Sanely Red saying hello there to Star Wars Meg. Whoa, Star Wars Meg. What is this? I might have to rethink our collaboration with the Lightspeed Tonight episode that I've just given away now, haven't I? But I might have to rethink this. I might have to terminate our agreement. Chelsea. Do you know what? It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. It's not the other so-called red, so that's okay. No, Sean, the algorithm was meant to be on the Paul Sun-Hyung Lee interview, not on this one. But it's still good to know that your favorite color is red. Right. So I mean, you'd have to apologize for being now you say true blue. I'm actually from I'm originally from Coventry. I mean, I don't have any geographical right to support Liverpool, but I'm also gonna put this out there that I'm when I was growing up, Man United were winning everything. So if I was to be a complete glory supporter, I would have supported Man United, like a lot of people did at my school. But my local team is actually Coventry, and they are, for me at least, the True Blues, or Sky Blue. If you count Sky Blue as a True Blue, then they are the True Blues. I'm sorry, Meg. I'm sorry. Chelsea are the pretenders to the Blue Throne. Anyway. Oh, what? There's two. Gaz Nottingham, who I just assumed would be Nottingham Forest or Nottingham County. Notts County. It sounds weird when you say Nottingham County. Notts County. But it is Nottingham County, technically, isn't it? He's a Chelsea fan as well. Anyway, as Jane says, screw football. We won't chat any more football now. Dave Milano's here. David, just in time. Just in time. Better late than never, like the Titanic, as you said. Don't worry, Mr. J86. We're not going to do any more football chat now. I imagine I'm losing a lot of people here. Man U are not the coolest. They're not the coolest. Please don't believe that. Right. Okay. So Godzilla versus Kong. Right. I've seen it, and to be honest, I could have just copy and pasted what Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, said last week, but I haven't. So I'm just going to give you my own views, which are very similar, and I think pretty much in line with most of the world that has seen this film. So we'll come over to your comments in a moment. But Godzilla versus Kong, I have a screen to share. Hang on a second. You know, I'm still figuring this thing out. 3 months later, or whatever it's been now. Let's bring up Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so yeah, here we are. Godzilla versus Kong, directed by Adam Wingard, who I didn't know this. I don't know when this was announced, but I learned this week, so I do know it now. He is slated to direct the upcoming Thundercats film. That's exciting. So anyway, I suppose I have to say by monster movie standards, the story is there somewhere, I think, but you're not there for the story with this kind of film, are you? If you are, you're probably in the wrong place. That's not where it's at. I mean, the story's pretty much non-existent. The human characters are paper thin, and I don't like saying that. You know, I really like Millie Bobby Brown. That one, yeah, it takes a while for me to say. I really like her, so I don't like branding her portrayal as paper thin, but it's just almost irrelevant. The human characters, but the animal action, which I'm a big fan of, that is great. And to be honest, that's what you're there for, right? Although I have to say there was maybe not as many fights as I would have liked. But I think after this crazy year or so that we've all had, that we've all endured, we're all enduring still. I personally, anyway, just want something that I can, leave my brain to one side for. And Godzilla versus Kong was that film. It was perfect. Go in with necessary expectations, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with this film. I enjoyed it, but I'm quite surprised by the critics score there of 75%. It is certified fresh. I just assumed it would be lower because generally, you know, with these kind of films, the critics are fairly snobbish. Audience score 92%. Again, I think if you go in with the right expectations, then you should come out with high praise for this film. But I will say again, I did, you know, feel like there wasn't enough animal action. I wanted more, less humans, more animals. But I also think maybe there's an element of timing with how this is being received. When you look at the critics score being high, and actually it's done well at the box office. I mean, relatively speaking, for the pandemic age, because of course we've had a lack of big blockbuster movies on the big screen in this pandemic age, and Godzilla has served the big blockbuster movie on the big screen experience. For some countries anyway, I know in the States, cinemas, theaters are reopening. I think they're reopening here in a few weeks. So for me, it was the humble 13-inch early 2015 MacBook Pro screen experience, but still, I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's done well at the box office. Godzilla vs. Kong, it says here, reported more than 32 million USDs for its opening weekend, which is roughly double what Wonder Woman 1984 made, which previously had the biggest opening of the pandemic. And of course, we have to stress, we're talking about the pandemic era here. And takings, this is from a couple of days ago, but takings since it opened, I think this is just in the States, have been more than $385 US, which the BBC website I'm looking at has very kindly converted to pounds for me, 205 million pounds. And that's 2 weeks after opening. So again, this is in the pandemic era. You know, this is with limited cinemas open. I'm assuming social distancing capacities in the theaters. So I guess a lot of empty seats, and also, of course, the option to stream at home. So all things considered, pretty impressive financial figures, pretty impressive percentage figures on the old Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, maybe this is the film that starts to save cinemas. People thought it would be Tenet, didn't they? I mean, that came out in a different time when maybe there was more hesitation to go to a cinema. You know, there was no vaccines then. We were at a different place in the pandemic. Although in the UK, we came out in the summer and our numbers were pretty low then, and things felt weirdly normal in the summer, actually, for a time. Maybe Tenet was the wrong film for this time. I think it was for me. I don't want a complicated film right now. Once again, I want something that I can just take my brain out, stick it to the side, and just have some fun. And a giant ape and a dinosaur slapping each other is fun for me. I'm easily pleased. All right, let's see what you guys thought of Godzilla vs. Kong. Just going to scroll up a bit. I'm seeing dreadful Chelsea comments again. Capsule, who's a Fulham fan. We've spoken before, Capsule, about Fulham. I know you've still got your relegation battle going on. I hope you can survive. Anyway, I did promise no more football. So where am I? There was some Mitch. This is Mitch talking about Godzilla vs. Kong. I am, by the way, doing this. I need a separate screen. I'm doing this on the screen I mentioned that I watched the Godzilla Kong film on. Yes, the MacBook Pro, early 2015, 13-inch edition. Mitch says it was fun. So my point is that I struggle to read these because the screen's not big enough. It was fun, but all the humor didn't hit with me as much. I loved Charlie Day and Pacific Rim, so I think this genre of movies can definitely pull off comedy. But Godzilla vs. Kong seemed off comedically. Yeah, I don't remember there being any laughs, to be honest. I'm with you on that, but I still had a lot of fun just enjoying and slapping each other. I was just there for the fights, to be honest. But yeah, I agree with you there. There was not much in the way of laughs. If I've missed anything from earlier on in the chat, please, if you're desperate for it to be brought up on screen, then copy and paste it back in. Sige, in regards to Godzilla vs. Kong, I preferred King of the Monsters. I think what I was reading the article with all the box office figures, I think there's a chance that it might overtake King of the Monsters at the box office, despite being in a pandemic and despite being sort of streamed at the same time as well. Anyway, back to what Sige said. I preferred King of the Monsters, definitely, but there was a lot to enjoy here. The monster fights were fantastic. I'm glad it didn't take itself too seriously. Yeah, I mean, I think if it did take itself too seriously, then I would have zoned out pretty quickly. No, it didn't. It didn't have that many laughs, but at the same time, it wasn't overly serious. I didn't. There was no storyline to get deep into, and again, that was fine. As Sige said, there was a lot to enjoy in that film, and really, that was the action sequences. And Frogger agrees with Siege, but of course, he meant Sige. Is that confirmed? Old Wingard doing the Thundercats movie, and I saw the rumors about Face Off sequel. Is that just a rumor? I saw a rumor, or has that been confirmed? I can't remember if it was you last week, Mr. J86, that did the Boba Fett thing prank on me about that being delayed or cancelled or something. So if it was you, I don't know if I can trust you anymore. Dale, Thundercats film, man. Simon D, I liked Gareth Edwards' Godzilla over King of Monsters and Skull Island. Not seen Godzilla vs. Kong yet. Well, I don't think I've hopefully I've not put you off, but I definitely don't think we've done any spoilers. It's a hard film to spoil, really. It is just you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. There is a Thundercats film coming. There is Adam Wingard directing. I believe that's a fact. Face Off, I'm not sure about, but I believe it's a fact that we've got a Thundercats movie being directed by Adam of Wingard. Dave Milano, here's what he thought of it. Big, dumb fun. Yep. If you ignore the humans, the monster smash fighting was great, though I kind of missed the guys in suits of the old movies. Yeah, if the humans can provide and move along a good story, then bring them on. Bring those humans back into my life. But, with this film, they didn't need to be there for me. It was just all about what you've said here. The monster smash fighting. Big, dumb, and fun. Yeah, they're the 3 words to best describe this film. And Mr. J86 said, also thinks Godzilla vs. Kong is just what the doctor ordered for these times we're in. Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong and a vaccine. That's all you need for these pandemic-y times. If you are able to take the vaccine, of course. Right. If I've missed anything, please, again, just copy and paste it back in. We're going to talk Kenobi in a minute, and then we're also going to have the world premiere of the Lightspeed Tonight trailer. Hello, Skywalker Sound. Good to see you. I know you were excited about Lightspeed Tonight 10 years ago when I first mentioned it. So stick around for the trailer. Now, this is not the trailer that Simon's talking about. You're talking about the Godzilla Kong trailer, I think, just to be clear there. Also from Simon, who enjoyed Tenet. Tenet was a quality film, but it's a bit of a mess and too pretentious for its own good. Towards the end, it just gets a bit out of control, excessive. And that is perhaps not what audience want in 2020, and maybe, at least in this first half of 2021, I would add. Take nothing away from Christopher Nolan. He's still a great filmmaker, great director. And I would agree that Tenet is a quality film that I will definitely come back to one day. But yeah, messy, complicated, and I would agree with too pretentious as well for these times. For me, it's going to be different for others, of course. Gaz Nottingham, Jamie, will you watch Stroke Review, The Bad Batch? Did you watch all the Clone Wars yet? No, I've got a couple of seasons left, but I'm going to binge them all before Bad Batch starts. And yeah, I will cover them. Obviously, Star Wars is a huge part of this channel, so it would be weird, I guess, not to. I don't know if I'll do the sort of edited, polished videos that I did after each Mandalorian episode, or if I'll just hop on a live stream and chat about it with you and maybe get some guests on. I don't know what you guys prefer. Don't say both. Don't say both. You're going to say both now, aren't you? But yeah, I'll have a think about that. But let me know what you guys think. So we're still on Godzilla Kong. Peter here. Mindless fun, no story, a monkey fighting a lizard. What more do you want? Exactly. And it saves the box office as well. I'll ignore the last 3 words there. Right. Oh, Skywalker sound again. Jamie, your interview with Paul was great. It was wonderful to see what a huge fan he is. Yes, so this is Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, Carson Teva from The Mandalorian. Such a pleasure to chat to him, really. I have done, including my sort of career, if you can use that word. It feels a bit strong. But to sort of take into account all my music, journalism career and stuff I've done for, away from YouTube, I've probably done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of interviews. I don't know for sure, but maybe we're getting close to, I would imagine well over 500 interviews. And when it comes to Star Wars particularly, because it's different. When you interview a musician, they're generally very passionate about what they're promoting, the new single, the new album. So it's kind of different there. Obviously you get the odd grumpy ones who are a bit too cool for school to chat openly about things. But generally, people who are promoting something they've worked hard on, album, film, are generally enthusiastic about it. But the Star Wars interviews are interesting because often these people worked on a film for a couple of days, in some cases decades ago, and they're sort of having to rack their brains, their memories, to kind of remember details in regards to questions I've asked them. And they're always don't have many bad experiences. They're always very sort of generous and giving. They agree to do it in the first place, but really they're answering questions about another job, another day at the office, especially the ones who are extras. They were going from film to film to film to TV show to commercials, but with Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, it's definitely, I have to say, he is the most passionate Star Wars guest, Star Wars actor I've ever spoken to. And if you've seen the interview, you'll know why. He's not just a Star Wars actor. He was a Star Wars fan first and foremost before he was a movie fan. That was his introduction to movies, his first cinema experience. And yeah, it was a breath of fresh air. I recorded, well over 40 minutes with him, I think, and could have gone on longer. We both could have, really. And I'm sure we'll get him back on again. And I'm sure it won't be the last we see of him in Star Wars. I'm sure Carson Teva will return in the Rangers show or the Mandalorian season 3. So yeah, thanks for checking that out. Where am I? I think I've lost everything now. Lash D's here. Yeah, Lash D, check it out when you get a chance. It's all right. It's fun. It's fun. Antoine's here. Now, I remember you, Anton, were definitely asking me about Lightspeed Tonight many, what feels like years ago. Well, tonight we will have answers, finally, for you. Right. What's Simon saying here? Look up Thundercats movie trailer, a fan-made movie trailer on YouTube. Hopefully Wingard will do something similar. I imagine Wingard's... I don't know how much traction this fan-made trailer's got, but I imagine if it's got a bit of traction, he's probably come across it, because I believe he's a huge Thundercats fan. So he's probably all over that. I like that, by the way, when you learn filmmakers and the actors. We just talked about Paul being a big Star Wars fan. Paul's got a YouTube channel as well, by the way. I think it's Bitter Asian Dude is the name. But anyway, if you go on the interview I've done with him, it's linked in the video description. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're there. Leave a comment as well, and watch it all the way through for my retention. Thanks. But yeah, Wingard, I know is a big fan of Thundercats. He'll probably be doing his online research, and I like that. I can't remember who it was, so this has already become a pointless point to make. I'm going to continue anyway. There was someone involved with one of the new Star Wars projects who admitted that they've been watching Star Wars explained videos to understand things. And also, you might remember I spoke to Richard Brake from Game of Thrones, who played Valin Hess in The Mandalorian. He really likes to get into character, and he was explaining how he creates backstories for himself, for his characters, just to have in his mind. He never shares these backstories, but just, to get him in a place. And he knew nothing about Star Wars lore, just knew the original movies. And he went off researching online as well. So it's quite fun to think that, these videos, these silly live streams might get stumbled across one day by people actually involved in the projects we're talking about. Maybe not my stuff, but anyway, Star Wars Explained was mentioned. Right. Yeah. Cool. There's a vote for live stream reviews for Bad Batch. Mr. J as well is also up for a live stream, live chat. Yeah, the Mandalorian doing the polished edited reviews it's quite hard work, to be honest. It's a full day to get it all, to watch, and then I'm not complaining about having to watch The Mandalorian and then make a video about it, but obviously stream, you can spend more time with it, and obviously we can chat together about it, and there's no editing. Right. And also Paul, why is my thing it's frozen again? I think David's also said that live stream recaps would be best as well. Great. Right, let's do some Kenobi. And I will come back to I'm excited for this. And Kevin Smith, being a fanboy of everything, pretty much. I think it's Masters of the Universe. It's in a safe pair of hands there. So we'll definitely talk about that in the future as well. Right, let's do some Kenobi, because I'm already 34 minutes in, but we can blame the lack of a Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, being here for me overrunning. If you're new, Chad normally turns up and helps me keep the time. Time being, let's do a 30-minute show, everyone. Never happens. And of course, naturally, I blame Chad. Right. Kenobi. So how do I get rid of this? So stop that. I've got to share a new screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Just talking you through the process. You can talk amongst yourselves if you want while I get this up. So first of all, we have a few things to look at. So this is from... Now, it has to be real, unless it's like a new part of Disneyland, Disney World, that's just been like stumbled across by, I'm assuming, a random here. There's no way this can be someone who works on the show. Well, if they did work on the show, they don't work on the show anymore. But you might have seen this already. It's from a TikTok video. And it appears to be the set for the Kenobi series coming to a Disney Plus near you. It's very Star Wars. It's very Tatooine. It's very Kenobi Star Wars Tatooine, right? Unless this is an extension or an extension to the existing Disney World, or a new Disney World, Star Wars world, where you would have a very immersive experience by the looks of it. It's got to be for the Kenobi series. I believe it was in California. We know that Kenobi is not being filmed in the UK. It's being filmed in LA. And they're going to be volume, which of course the Mandalorian makes very good use of. But it would seem as well that they're going on location and building some real sets they've built those real sets. So yeah, this popped up on TikTok's AYALATVJR. Now I saw some rumors or theories that this might be someone actually who was authorized to do this and is sort of trying to build hype for the show. I don't think they need to build hype for this show. I think, you know, the ones who are down about Star Wars at the moment, which is fine. I think, you know, they will continue to be down with Star Wars probably until the next big thing comes out. I don't think leaking some set footage is going to change anything, but I think the ones who aren't down with it are, you know, pretty Disney take my money for this series already. I don't believe that, but apparently this TikToker, do you say TikToker? Is that what you say? They have said to watch this space being their TikToker account, because they've got some more content to show. Of course, they're going to say that they want more followers, but maybe they have. But anyway, it surely has to be for the Kenobi show. As Simon said, that cherry picker, totally Tatooine. It's got to be for Kenobi. So yeah, but you know, it just all looks very Tatooine. Aside from the cherry picker, the buildings, the architecture, furniture, and speaking of furniture, also this week we had the unveiling of Ewan McGregor's current facial furniture. Here it is. Now, I've got a better shot for you. Don't worry. I know this is a little bit in the distance. You don't need to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in for you in a moment with a separate photo. So I saw this from the Star Wars Underworld on Twitter, but it came from Cycle Garden Motorcycles on Instagram, which is in Indio, California. I don't know how far that is from LA. Maybe Indio is where that video of the set was made. David Milano, you live in California. Do you know where Indio is? So anyway, Ewan McGregor loves his motorbikes. He did that show with Charlie Borman, his friend. So he's a big motorcycle enthusiast. So that's why he's here. I can't imagine he's you know, he doesn't need to learn to ride a motorcycle. You know, if they're bringing motorcycles into this series, he's not there to learn to do motorcycle stunts. He knows them already. Maybe there's a speeder bike in there somewhere. But anyway, the more interesting thing is we've got a beard, people. We've got a beard forming on that face of his. That's got to be it, isn't it? That's got to be it. I imagine they're going to obviously add some more grey to it, I presume. And of course, they're going to style it a little bit. But that has got to be. That's the Ewan McGregor that's going to turn up in the morning to a day's work on the Kenobi series, going into wardrobe and makeup, of course, where some differences, some alterations will be made and added. But that's got to be it. That's how he's turning up to work to film this series. Dave Milano has checked in regards to Indio. It's past Palm Springs, about 2 hours from LA. Now, in the UK, we would complain about 2 hours being quite a long journey, but I think that's not even breakfast in America. I remember when I was working in Tucson, Arizona, we had like 2 days off in the middle of the job. And that's when I filmed the Breaking Bad video, which is on this channel. And there was a couple of mates on the job who are new Breaking Bad fans. And I was like, should we go to Albuquerque for our days off and visit the locations? And they were up for it. And then we looked up how far away it was. And it was like a 7-hour drive. And all of our American friends were like, we were moaning, you know, John, who's French, me and Danny, who are Brits, we were whinging about it. 7 hours, we can't do that. That's ridiculous. The Americans are just like, that's breakfast. Do it. And we did it. And Dave Milano drove 2 hours to get a vaccine dose, jab, shot the other day. So again, it's nothing in America. So yeah, maybe Ewan McGregor just really likes that motorcycle shop, or maybe it's actually near to where they're shooting and he just sort of stopped by. I don't know. But anyway, the beard is the important thing here, not the motorcycles. Yeah. speaking of my hairstyle, I'm soon to be out of excuses because the barbers, the hairdressers are opening next week, aren't they, in the UK? So I'm going to be out of excuses soon to get this sorted. Finally. Good on you, Saintly Red, getting your vaccine on Monday. I'm due my second one soon, I believe. I'm working at the local vaccine centre on volunteering, should I say, for my Jesus points. I'm volunteering there again on Monday, actually. So obviously, I imagine a different vaccine centre, but I will be around vaccines the day that you are also around vaccines and, in fact, having a vaccine put into you. So good on you, my friend. 7-hour drive is from one end of England to the other. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like completing a country. And Jane Flakes, I will never, bash motorcycles again. They are very important to you, at least. I know you love a good bike. I'm sorry for my my disparaging comments towards bikes. I'm not making any promises in terms of bringing back the OG hair. Oh, okay. Some interesting news here. Dave Milano, who has provided us with geographical details, has now returned to inform that the TikToker, Vladen Atar, is that the address I read out earlier? Seems different. Anyway, seems to have taken down his videos. So that would probably rule out he or she being someone authorized by Lucasfilm, Disney to actually leak this on purpose, which was nothing that never entered my mind when I first saw this. I just read someone making a theory out of it. But yeah, that pretty much eliminates that theory, I would say. Then they've obviously been forced, pardon the pun, to take it down. Peter's not really into beards. Yeah, but you've got to be into a Jedi beard, haven't you? Like, you would not be happy, Peter, if a bare-faced Obi-Wan Kenobi strode into the opening shot of this series. You would not be happy. So, I mean, I personally, I don't know. I mean, the camera quality is not great here, so I don't think you can see this, and I'm on a really small screen, but this is like the best I can do, you know? So I envy beards. I'm not sure I would want a beard, but I would at least like the option, because the best I do, I get like little kind of, little fly legs that sprout beneath my chin, and not like evenly, you know? It's like random. It's like sparsely populated, my chin. It's like Australia or something. Anyway, we've got the Lightspeed Tonight trailer. I am reading. I'm struggling to multitask, reading comments, trying to talk, and also trying to share a new screen. Okay, if there's anything I've missed, then I will read it if you copy and paste it back in. But I think I'm up to date. Right. So, Lightspeed Tonight. I think I've covered everything. Oh no, Ahmed Best. So Ahmed, there's been a bit of, like I said earlier, scrapey barrel sort of news stories in regards to Kenobi. I think the beard story is a big one. It's not a particularly big beard, but I think this means it's happening. You know, like Obi-Wan Kenobi without a beard is like Santa without a beard. Yeah, it just would not be right. And there he is. I know Ewan McGregor generally does have facial hair of a certain length, but this is it. This means Christmas is coming. Kenobi is coming. So I think that was big. And the set thing, assuming it's legit, was cool to see. You know, I'm not a big one for leaks and what have you, but I think it was cool to see. Yeah, I do need a haircut. But Ahmed Best, there was I called it a scrapey barrel story. And I say scrapey barrel because apart from the Kenobi casting news, there's not been that much legit Star Wars news of late. But Ahmed said on Twitter that he would not be involved with the Kenobi series. But it's not really news because he said that to me a year ago on the channel. Well, less than a year ago. We did it during Lockdown 1, I remember. And he said it then. He's saying it now. It may not be true, but now, first of all, Ahmed said to me he would be up for it if it felt right, if the story was right, if he wasn't just shoehorned in. And at first kind of glance, I kind of feel like Jar Jar's not right for this series, because I imagine and I hope this is going to be quite a dark series, a lot of contemplation, the flashbacks, PTSD. I feel like this is going to be quite an intense and dark and hopefully quite a moving series with, Obi-Wan reflecting on all of the losses, his Jedi colleagues, his friend, his brother, Anakin. So when you think of Jar Jar as we know him, that doesn't really, fit. But, of course, we know that Jar Jar has a sort of tragic ending in canon at the moment. I think it's canon, where he's this kind of like a sort of street performer, isn't he? Quite a sad street performer that nobody wants to hang with. And in one of my many chats with Ahmed actually read one of the lines from that, was it Chuck Wendig book? And Ahmed really digged that. He enjoyed the kind of sad, somber place that Jar Jar was at in this book. And I remember then, that was probably before Ahmed really turned the corner in terms of coming back to Star Wars mentally. Back then he was like, I would have preferred to have seen Jar Jar killed off. He said that. I don't think he would say that anymore. Since then he's come back fully, obviously with Jedi Temple Challenge. So he's physically back in Star Wars, but mentally he's back as well. So there could be a dark, not a Darth Jar Jar, but a darker tone to Jar Jar, and that perhaps could fit in. But I just can't imagine it, and I wouldn't be against it, to be honest. Darth Jar Jar would be cool, Jane Flakes. But I just can't really picture it. Even though Jar Jar is, as George said, as Skywalker Sound has said, the key to all of this. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Ahmed saying to me a year ago, saying on Twitter more recently that he's not involved means he's definitely not involved. Of course, he knows how to play the game. But my hunch is that he's telling the truth. I wouldn't be against Jar Jar appearing, but I just can't really picture it. But yes, Frogger, there will be Jawas. No, babbling booby. No, it's not going to be a full-on 6 episodes. That's what it is, right? Of pure reflection. Apparently, we've got the duel of the century, haven't we, between Obi-Wan and Darth? So no, but I think there's going to be a good chunk of reflection and slower moments, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but I still think it will have its fair share of action and Jawas, as we've already discussed, and maybe Darth Jar Jar. Who knows? Right. Okay, then. Fresh news via Cine Links. An important Mandalorian will appear in the book of Boba Fett. Haven't we seen all the important Mandalorians now? We probably haven't. I'm probably speaking out of turn. I need to get through all the Clone Wars, really, before I can speak out of line like that, or speak confidently like that. That's a good point as well. Deborah Chow is involved. She is, as far as we know, directing all the episodes. And in terms of her involvement with Star Wars, I've loved what she's done so far. Right, we're going to go off topic for a moment, and then, yes, Anton, we will have the Lightspeed Tonight trailer. So Philip Hawkins, off topic, but I've only just noticed that the picture in your background is Vigo. Yes, from Ghostbusters 2. Am I right in saying that there's a... Yeah, okay, that's what I was about to ask. There's a new teaser trailer, isn't there, for the Ghostbusters movie? I haven't seen it yet. So there's a mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in it. Well, I am going to watch it. I probably should have watched it before we came on, but I'm going to watch it. I mean, how many times has that been delayed now? That's obviously been hit by the pandemic in terms of its release. Has it got a new release date? Anyway, one of you at least is excited for the trailer for Lightspeed Tonight. Now, some of you have seen it in the old Patreon. When I say seen it, I mean the trailer. I've put out a few posts. Wimeris Watt is the host. He has an Instagram account. It's at Wimeris Watt, spelled exactly how you can see on the screen there. So I put up a few stills, a few teaser clips on that Instagram account, on the YouTube channel, I think, and certainly on the live streams as well. But I've never really gone into that much detail about it, mostly because I don't really know much about it myself in terms of why have I done this. It's been 3 lockdowns in the making. That's all I know. And as we discussed earlier, speaking for myself at least, brain capacity has declined or been frazzled at least, hence me needing films like Godzilla versus Kong that I don't need to think. I just watch and feel entertained. I don't have to engage my brain. So, strange things have happened to my brain across this pandemic. So I'm not responsible. I'm washing my hands of responsibility here for what you're about to see. But this is the trailer. It may answer a few more questions. If it doesn't, we'll stay online for a few minutes after the trailer. I may answer some questions. I might not. But the first episode will be dropping next Tuesday, so more questions will be answered then. But hopefully this will play. This is the world premiere of the trailer for Lightspeed Tonight. Sorry, that's a typo. Hang on. That's better. Welcome to Lightspeed Tonight. Our main story tonight is about the invasion of Naboo, Porgs, pod racing, the Trade Federation. Let's get a report on the weather.
Warm or cold?
The misinformation era is over. I'm Wimeris Watt, and I'm here to present you with the biggest news from around the galaxy, while also bringing a little bit of diversity to the current selection of hosts. As we approach another life day, has it really come to this? Well, there you go. Still here. That's Lightspeed Tonight. Yeah. Rob, I know you've seen it already. And I'm probably right to say that it may raise even more questions. It probably wasn't worth the wait. But Anton, okay. It looks fun. That's all it should be, That's all it should be. It's just meant to be a bit of silly fun. Hopefully, now, as far as I know, there's nothing else like this on YouTube, and that's something that I want to do. I know the interviews, the Star Wars interviews is kind of like the flagship thing of this channel. That's what brought most people to it. And that will always stay. But it ain't that original, There's loads of interviews, I didn't invent the interview wheel. But I feel like not invented anything here, but I feel like there's nothing like Lightspeed Tonight on YouTube. And a bit of background. Oh, there's going to be quite a bit of James Corden. A bit of background. Lockdown 1 was chatting with Vince, my pal Vince, who I've spoken about before on the live stream, and he worked with me on these the actors you're looking for in the early days, and also The Empire Strikes Door as well. And it was during lockdown 1, as I mentioned, and we were kind of trying to come up with something new, something original, something different that would hopefully entertain people watching and also entertain us making as well. You know, like, I know this sounds really like really a bit cringe, but like something that can stimulate us creatively. You know, that if this channel is going to, you know, if I'm going to continue to put a lot of my life into this channel, it needs to stimulate me creatively, and things like this do, although it almost killed me at the same time because I made loads of mistakes with the edit process. And anyway, I won't bore you with that, but I've finally now managed to work out the best kind of workflow for it, so moving forward it will be a lot less painful. But basically I said to Vince, you know, what would people be watching in Star Wars if you lived in the Star Wars universe? You know, there must be TV. Surely people are watching TV. And in the prequel era, you imagine that news satire would be in a pretty healthy place. Yeah. So we focused on the prequel era, and we decided to loosely model it on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Now, I mentioned this before to people on the Patreon, but I like John Oliver. We're from, you know, the same part of the world, the West Midlands in England. And I think he's a Liverpool fan as well, so we have that in common. Both not from Liverpool, but do support Liverpool because why not? I like him and I like the show, but I don't know the show that well. I don't see it regularly. I mean, we will get it here on some sort of channel, I'm sure. But my relationship with that show is just clips on YouTube, to be honest. But obviously, Last Week Tonight, Lightspeed Tonight, that, you know, that worked. And then it was like, the format's doable. You know, I'm on my own filming this. I'm writing it with Vince. You know, we developed it together, brainstormed it together. Vince went off and wrote the first drafts. Then we came back and sort of developed those scripts together. But I'm filming it myself. I have no experience until this of makeup, prosthetics, and all that. That's assuming that I am Omeris Watt, by the way, which I am not here to confirm or deny. I self-shot this, and it was really hard. It was really hard. So the format of Last Week Tonight felt like it was quite easy to replicate. So that was another reason why to go with that. But and that's really where it came from. And like I said, 3 lockdowns in the making. Part of that was because I consider these first 3 episodes to be pilot episodes, really. There's been a lot of developing, and a lot of that happened actually after we shot it. You know, I mentioned the edit was a bit difficult, and some of the graphics that you only saw very quickly in the trailer, they provide a lot of the comedy, if I can use that word. They provide a lot of the punchlines. So, you know, they took a lot of time to make as well. My Photoshop skills are pretty rudimentary. But episode 1 is dropping on Tuesday. Antoine, Tuesday. Yeah, probably is in my household anyway. Thank you, David. Yeah, everybody seems all right with it. This has got to go. No, yeah, it's the lockdowns, man. It's the lockdowns. But as I mentioned before, next week, the barbers, the hairdressers here reopen. So I have no excuse. But I won't have it cut by next week's stream. I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. Hey, Glaze, thank you. Lightspeed Tonight. Lightspeed Tonight. Oh, yeah. I feel like Lightspeed Tonight. I have not felt like Lightspeed Tonight for many nights now. And that's mostly based on the horrible edit that I talked about. Hey, Dale. You're talking about Womeris Watt here. Who says it's me? Who says it's me? We just sound similar. Thanks, David. I can't comment. You'll have to ask Womeris. I think once the once the episode, so there's gonna be 3 episodes, right? There's gonna be more, hopefully. On paper, we have ideas for a lot more. But to begin with, we've made 3 episodes. So starting next Tuesday, they'll be released each Tuesday. I think once those 3 have dropped, if people care, I'll maybe do a live stream, maybe get Vince on if he, I don't know if he'll do it, but I'll ask him, and do some sort of like behind the scenes chat about it. And I'll ask Womeris in advance, Philip, that question for you. But one thing I will say, if you do see it pop up on YouTube, please do all the algorithm things for it, because I say please do all the algorithm things. There's probably no way this is going to ever trigger the YouTube algorithm. I think this is going to be a word of mouth, type thing. So, it's fine. Sorry, Vigo. Sort of cut half of you off there. So I think, yeah, if you like it, obviously if you don't like it, it's cool. It's not going to be for everyone, but if you like it, tell someone, because I think this is going to be a word of mouth thing. And on paper, we have ideas for at least another 6 episodes, and we can go beyond. We can go beyond that, and we can go off in different directions with it as well. And there's even going to be some character development for old Womeris, who, as Sanely Red mentioned, is a Deveronian. Well, now, Simon, thank you, but you're seeing this at the moment on like 720 quality. I'm going to upload the trailer tomorrow, maybe over the weekend at 1080, and you're gonna see a few more cracks, chinks in the armor, should I say? And actually, the episodes are in 4K. I might have to downscale them actually. Because maybe it is better than some big budget films that you've seen, Simon. But yeah, there's a few dodgy bits, and somehow I might have to try and recreate this when it comes to making more. Froggo, looking forward to next week. Hope the series will kickstart your channel, even if it means no shed party if 3 million people want to come. Yeah, I'll have to get a bigger shed, won't I? I'll be leaving the shed in the summer, so we'll have to have a farewell shed party. Late summer I'll be leaving, assuming the world lets me. But yeah, I hope it's something that can bring keep you guys here on the channel, and also bring new people to the channel. And it can be something, if we keep making something that people come back for, because it's fun. You may not think it's funny, but they're 5 minutes long, these episodes, 5 to 6 minutes, I think. And they're just silly and hopefully entertaining. Very Star Wars in jokes, obviously. And these first 3 episodes are set within the Phantom Menace timeline. David Milano, do you consider it to be okay, David's asking, do you consider it to be entirely in-universe or existing a little outside of the Star Wars universe, and commenting on it, or is it still evolving as you create? I would say it is still evolving as we create. Again, I would say these 3 episodes are pilot episodes. I filmed them all on the same day for because Womeris, he's a bit of a diva, he's quite expensive. It was just cheaper to get him in for one day. Nothing to do with the fact that, like, if it was me, then doing the makeup for the first time and then having to recreate it again perfectly for the next show and the third show would be difficult. There would have been that if it was me. But I don't consider it to be entirely in universe. Vince and I had discussions about this because Vince went away and wrote the first drafts after we sort of came up with the general concept, and he came back with it was his idea actually, so blame him if you don't like the real world references. He came back with some real world references, and of course in that trailer you saw James Corden flash up a few times. There are some real world references, not many. It's probably 90% in universe, Star Wars universe, but there are some real world references. And to be honest, that mostly came from when Vince came back with some real world references. At first I was like, whoa, no, I don't think we should go down that path. But then he made the point that we're really limiting ourselves by not doing that, not allowing ourselves to do that. Further down the line, we can change. It is something that's probably going to evolve, partly based on feedback from you guys as well. It is something that's going to evolve as time goes on, hopefully. And the real world references just give more. I don't like saying comedy because, it's up to you if you think it's funny or not, but it gives more opportunity for jokes. Like, I have a decent knowledge of Star Wars, but as you know, I'm still plowing through the Clone Wars. I'm limited. And Vince also is therefore quite limited Star Wars knowledge. I mean, he knows all the films, The Mandalorian, etc., but he hasn't seen the Clone Wars. So I think how it is, you'll get all the jokes. If you're like a big Star Wars fan, you'll get everything. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, you'll get everything. If you're sort of a casual Star Wars fan, there'll be a fair bit you won't get, but I think there'll be enough that you'll get. If you're below a casual Star Wars fan, this is not the series you're looking for. So the real world references just really gave more options from a sort of joke writing viewpoint. So that's why there is the odd real world reference, which might feel weird, but I think you get used to it. And to be honest, it doesn't bother me. It did bother me at first, but I've come around to it. Thanks, Sidge. Thanks, Gaz. Yeah, well, the music, Vince actually made the music. I don't think I'm supposed to say that, but I've said it because he has like a separate name for his music in the credits. But by the way, I have some collaborations as well. I may have leaked one of them earlier. I think I paused too long after saying I may have leaked just then, didn't I? I haven't personally leaked. Don't worry. I haven't. But there was a sort of behind the scenes collaboration as well. So I sent off. I'm not going to tell you who's going to appear in the series, but behind the scenes. So Vince would go off to the first drafts, like I said. We came back and then we would develop them together. We sent off the scripts to Ken Napzok and Alex Damon from Star Wars Explained, and they served as script supervisors, if you like. And I do remember, I can't remember if it was Ken or Alex, one of them did sort of flag up the real world references, queried more like, and just like I did, to Vince, but they were cool with it and on board with it when it was explained to Star Wars Explained. Yeah, so they're script supervisors. I can't remember what my point was. I think I had a point, but anyway, this is the longest stream ever. I'm sorry if yeah, we might have to do a segment on vaccinations. The Jedi are trying to spread their midichlorians about the galaxy. This week in Jizz segment, could happen. It could happen. Not related to Jizz, but I don't think. But David Milano says, share it far and wide. Yeah, I did learn about the editing. I made loads of poor decisions that got me sort of stuck in this awful workflow that I couldn't get out of, but I've figured a lot of things out for the next ones. Glenn the Hippie's here. Glenn the Geeky Hippie, I should say, is here. Welcome back from the real world. We're about to close proceedings though. James Flake, Star Wars content is just getting better and better at the moment. I hope that Disney sees your stuff and drags you in. I imagine that Obi-Wan would enjoy some Clone Wars satire. Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's a bit soon to say this because nobody has seen an episode yet. But I think the ultimate goal is to get Wamera's what? Canon. Get him cannoned. Do you say get him cannoned? Get him into canon. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So yeah, I'll be back next Thursday. So we'll talk about the live or the premiere of episode 1 of Lightspeed Tonight. Can you be in it, Antoine? You're suggesting that you could be an angry Tatooine resident witnessing his neighbors getting flamed. Do you mean in Kenobi or in Lightspeed Tonight? Canonized. That's what we need. Womeris want to be canonized. Yeah, there's no chat, no rules on the timings. This is the longest one ever. Sige. Jamie, if you could interview some of these are the actors you're looking for with all of you in character, that would be magic. Yeah, like the good thing about these are the actors you're looking for and Lightspeed Tonight potentially for the future is there could be some crossover. If I want Jar Jar in this, I know Jar Jar. I can get Jar Jar to record some lines. Now, the animation side of it is more tricky, but got the voice at least. So there could be some potential sort of crossover there in the future. And I guess could review Dexter's Kitchen Nightmares. Maybe. I mean, maybe you should see if you actually want to be in it first. You've got to watch it. You've got to watch it, mate. But yeah, I'm just rambling now. Is there a James Corden cameo in The Last Jedi? I know there was a rumor of that. And there's definitely a rumor of this from Sige. I'm fully on board. I don't know if it's true though for James Corden cameo in The Last Jedi. I know Gary Barlow would take that as a cameo in The Last Jedi, and Gareth Edwards has a cameo in the cameo in The Last Jedi. Who is my preferred law firm when Lucasfilm sues you for my 100% unofficial Star Wars show? I don't think they will. The worst thing they'll do is take the ad revenue, of which it's like 50p a day or something. So I you know what? I don't worry about this kind of thing. It's parody. I don't like using the word parody, but it seems to get you out of sticky situations. It's parody, and to be honest, a lot of people at Lucasfilm have been very supportive of my my YouTube channel. A number of members of staff retweeted the trailer for The Empire Strikes Door when that came out. They can't endorse it obviously as something officially Star Wars, but that's the seal of approval, right? They gave it a tweet. So I don't think Lightspeed Tonight's anything they'll worry about. I think it's firmly in that grey area of being parody, and therefore fair use. And I did say grey area, so nobody really knows. But I think it's quite safe in that respect. But also, I think it's pretty good-natured, and obviously making fun of Star Wars, but in a very good-natured way. So I think they'll enjoy it. The people I know at Lucasfilm will enjoy it anyway. The same people that like The Empire Strikes Door. Thank you, Frogger. Yeah, that documentary, man, made my life a misery for years. But it's there. It's out there. And one day, my aim now is to get this channel in a position purely, not for I don't want 1 million subscribers or anything. I don't think that would ever happen anyway, but I don't particularly care for that. I genuinely don't. I do want the channel in a position where, it can be when we're back in the real world, it can be more of a full-time thing. By 80%, I want to carry on with some of my other stuff. But really, I want it just to blow up so people will finally see The Empire Strikes Door, the documentary I worked on for 5 years, which is, as Frogger says, very underrated. Now, I would never say it's underrated in terms of, from a critic's point of view, but certainly it should get more views, I feel, for my hard work. Doesn't every YouTuber, I'm sure. Yes, we must stop Darth Corden. Can't answer that. Darth Corden. I feel like he's the master, but who would be his apprentice? Jack Whitehall? You are late, but you're welcome, Jack. You are welcome. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Jack Hitchings is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. But he has arrived precisely at the end, I think. I'm just checking. If I've missed anything, copy and paste it in right now, because we are approaching the bit where I start to ask you to hang up on me, because I don't like hanging up first. But I could go undercover. Jabba the Hutt has been suppressing figures on. There is a bit of Jabba-related nonsense in these first episodes. Not episode 1, but episode 2. Jabba is covered, and put it this way: Ramirez in episode 3 regrets what he says about Jabba in episode 2. So he might be a bit wary about doing more coverage on Jabba, certainly undercover coverage. Now he's probably going to end up being full-on propaganda for the Hutt cartel now. Sige, that's your Empire Strikes Door t-shirt. Spread that word. Thank you, Skywalker Sound. Thank you, Simon. You hang up. No, you hang up. Seriously, this is the bit where you should all just hang up on me, because I don't like hanging up. But thank you all for joining. If you haven't already, please don't forget to check out the new episode of These Are the Actually Looking For that dropped on Tuesday. Give it a like, give it a comment, watch it all the way through, even if you don't actually watch it. It's all for the algorithm, baby. And Lightspeed Tonight with a cameo from Simon D's comment, which I can't get off. It's too late now. There we go. It's gone. That will be on Tuesday, and we'll talk again live next Thursday. This has been such a long stream. I'm sorry. Thank you for some of you anyway for staying this long. So thank you, Lash D. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Skywalker Sound. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, James Blake. Thank you, Frogger. Thank you, everybody. Apart from Chad, the stopwatch Campbell, who just didn't even show up tonight. Thank you, Philip, as well. We were just saying that Adam Wingard is directing Thundercats when we were talking about Godzilla versus Kong. Right, everybody, thank you very much. And I will see you this time next week. Take care. Goodbye.